My apologies for anybody who follows me on social media, because this is a long delayed video. Those of you know, I actually got a chance to go out to E3 last month and got to experience E3 firsthand. And for those that don't know, E3 is actually a gaming convention that's held every year. And up until this year, E3 has been restricted to media only. So this is actually a major bucket list event for me, just because I've always been reading about E3 since I was a teenager, and being able to see it firsthand is just one thing. I mean, not only did I experience E3, but just the LA life in general. Just seeing Palm Beach trees everywhere, clear skies, perfect weather every day that I was there for like an entire week. And with that, let's get into this review. I'm Alpha Wakama. You're watching Wakama Tech videos. Let's check it out. So I've actually sorted out a compilation of games that I've had either the most interest or the most time around. And I got to play quite a few games, and a lot of the games I actually got to kind of stay back and observe. Yeah, so I took some notes, and I'm just gonna go through some of these here. One game, I was actually kind of around the Xbox One X booth. Didn't really get time to play the Xbox One X. Also, mainly just because it was just so hot. It was sweltering hot. I don't know what it is, but their booth was just, I don't know. I don't know why. So I didn't really spend much time there. But they did have one game up for display. I'm not sure if this game was released yet or if it's still kind of in beta. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. This game is kind of like, the best way to describe it is kind of like Smash Brothers meets Grand Theft Auto meets Call of Duty, and it looks sick. And so it's just all no holds bars battle royale, and you got people on motorcycles, whatever, and they just duking it out. It's almost kind of like free roam, but it looks crazy. Also, next game, I'm going to talk about some of the underdogs, some of the games that you probably would not kind of expect to really be the major hit. They weren't the major headline titles. You got Marvel Superheroes 2, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 with that. Honestly, I've never played a Lego Marvel Superheroes game, but this game just looks so exciting. It was even, they even had Katie Wilson on stage talking about talking about the gameplay. They had a setup where she was sitting on stage with some developers, and they got to play the game. And you have access to all new characters, like supposedly it's the first time Lockjaw was in the game, first time Medusa is in the game, and they have all sorts of characters. As a matter of fact, one of the I guess they had some panelists there that were asking questions, and one of the questions they asked her was, only not her, but one of the questions they asked the developers was, who's in the game? And the answer was all of them. So look forward to that. Marvel Superheroes 2. It should be coming out this November. I believe it's on just about every platform. I think it's on the Switch. I don't know. But I know PS4, Xbox One, Xbox One X is going to be on that. Another title that I was actually looking forward to, that I was kind of disappointed a little bit, was Detroit Become Human. That game just looked stellar. Like when you looked at it from E3 last year, when they showed their I guess you showed that their demo last year was just kind of like you didn't know what was going on. All you saw was there were some choices to make, and somebody was holding somebody hostage on a roof, and that was kind of it. And now this year, they actually showed us a little bit more, and I didn't get to play it because the Sony app was ridiculous. They have this PS4 app that you have to log into your phone, and once you log into your phone, it shows you have to kind of book and reserve times. If you've got thousands of people and you only have like 10 slots, they're gone before, and they have a certain time window when they open it up. So they'll tell you by 1 o'clock we're gonna open up these slots, and as soon as 1 o'clock hits, they're gone. It's like trying to order a Google Pixel. It's horrible. But I did get a chance to, since I didn't get a chance to reserve a time to play the game, I certainly did get to stand behind somebody and watch some of the gameplay and some of the mechanics, and it just seems so very it's like very choice driven, like everything, opening doors, opening all this kind of stuff. It kind of reminds me of Heavy Rain. I don't know if you remember playing that game back on PS3, but Heavy Rain was I mean, Heavy Rain was a good game, but it's just a lot of decision making. But at least I don't think with this game, I don't think there is motion control setup or anything like that. So next game that kind of caught me off guard also here was Knack 2. I didn't play Knack 1. If you check Trey, T.Phife's channel, TPhifeTech, he actually owns Knack 1, and who knows, he'll probably do some gameplay on that, but he swears by that game. It said it was fun, and so I actually checked out Knack 2, and Knack 2 was phenomenal. I mean, it's like, it brings back the nostalgic kind of beat 'em up type flavor, and then on top of that you have some platforming aspect, and it's all blended together really well. And so Knack 2 is a game that I'm going to be looking forward to checking out. I think it comes out this year. If not, it may come out next year, but it looked really polished, played really well. Also, this title here, Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash. I'm gonna let that sink in a minute. Say what? No comment with this game. No comment. No comment at all. So you leave your comments down below with that. That game is nah. Alright, so I did actually get a chance to play Gran Turismo Sport. And Gran Turismo, I didn't play the actual 2D version. I played the 3D virtual reality, and that's probably the last time, because I don't own PS4 VR, and that's probably the last time I'm gonna try the VR for consoles. I'm sorry, I don't think I can do it. I immediately got motion sickness as soon as I put the thing on, and surprisingly I manned up and I actually played the whole demo. But from what I've seen, the actual gameplay on it, it actually looks pretty good in my opinion. It doesn't seem to appeal as much as Forza 7 on the Xbox One, but we will see when that drops. Crash Bandicoot, that's a game that I've already actually talked about. If you look, I'll have it annotated at the end of the video here. Had about 20 plus minutes of gameplay on it. Crash is hard, you will die a lot. Watch that video, check that out. Yakuza 6. Yakuza is actually, when I headed over to the Sega booth, actually they had Yakuza 6, and they also had this other Yakuza game called Yakuza Kiwami. And Yeah, what's strange is that they both kind of play similar. I mean, you still have that aspect where um, your main character is actually walking around the streets, beating up thugs, stuff like that. You have access to the same, and this is part of the E3 demo as well. You go around the city, you can go to the activities, you can go to the bar, you can go to the batting cage. Just what I did. I went to the batting cage, and you know, it has that familiar feel of some of the past Shenmue games. And honestly, I don't know, it just didn't really add a lot of flavor to me. But what usually gets you is the story when it comes to, not Shenmue, sorry, Yakuza. I said Shenmue, but I meant to say Yakuza. The Yakuza games really feel familiar. And they just had Yakuza 0. They're working on Yakuza 6, which will be out next year. They have Yakuza Kiwami, which is like a side story. And Yakuza Kiwami is coming out this month on the 29th. So, here's my thoughts to you, Sega. What happened to Shenmue? Speaking of Shenmue, what happened? Hashtag where that? Because you got all these Yakuza games. You dropped 3 Yakuza games, and you talked about Shenmue. Not even, was it last year? And we're not getting any kind of follow through. Come on, give us some Shenmue. At least show us what you're working on, Sega. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. Then this game actually just got released on the Switch. Fate Extella: The Umbral Star. So I don't know much about the series. Supposedly there's a whole anime behind it. But you have a choice between, I guess, 16 different servants or so that you play as. And it's kind of like a Dynasty Warrior games, if you ever played Dynasty Warriors, where you could, you just basically this is basically a beat 'em up game where you just beat up hordes of people, and for the most part you might get some power-ups and things like that. I think there might be some platforming as well, but yeah, the game just came out, so it's kind of like a Dynasty Warriors game. You're navigating through the maps until you can beat the boss, and yeah, that's Fate Extella. And so far, I've heard it was pretty good. I may check that out soon. Far Cry 5. Woo, where do we start with that? Far Cry 5. That was this game has just brought on all the controversy this year. You've got the situation, I guess, with the controversy. Here's what it is. If you don't know what's going on with that, which you should know if you follow gaming, but there's a controversy because there's a Caucasian cult and you're killing these guys now. In the past, you were killing, in past Far Cry movies, you're going to like third world countries, you're killing all kinds of different cultures. And now they're mad because, oh, it's a Caucasian cult. That's beyond me. But either way, the game looks good. It looks like it plays good. And I would like to honestly get some hands-on time. I did not get hands-on time to play that. But it looks really good. It honestly looks pretty interesting to me. So maybe I'll get some time to play that. Hopefully, maybe if they release a beta or so, maybe I'll get to check that out. And next game, I'm actually going to switch hats for this one. So if you don't mind, I'm switching to the Mario hat. Alright? Mario with swag, right? So, Mario Odyssey. I got a chance to actually play this game twice. So, I stood in line. Lines were ridiculous. I believe I caught some footage of just a little tour about how long the line was, but I didn't get a chance to show you the beginning. I walked around the back. The lines wrapped all the way around the back of the Nintendo booth and then some. But Mario Odyssey was awesome to play. Like, I believe the gameplay looked great. Well, the gameplay played great. The actual performance of the video game itself was pretty good. It plays a lot like Mario 64. So there's actually 2 worlds in the demo. I got to play both of them, of course, one time each. You have New Donk City, which kind of is the city you saw in the trailer that they debuted during their lot in the Nintendo Direct live stream. You got New Donk City. Then you also have, let me make sure I have this pronounced correctly, Tostarena Ruins. And so they both of the levels are unique in their own ways. So, you know, the city, you've got some missions that you got to accomplish and things like that. Like there was like some band or something like that you need to, you know, go around and talk to other people and recruit people to play for a band. I'm not even going to spoil the story. I'm not even going to spoil that. But they had some missions and stuff that you had to do in New Donk City. And then Tostarena Ruins is more of a, it's kind of like your traditional Mario, where you have to kind of go through the course, and I believe at the end, if you make it to the end, there's a boss. I didn't make it to the end because there was like a 10-minute time limit. So I tried to do what I could, but yeah, once again, the game plays so much like Mario 64, and it just really grabbed me. So this game comes out October 27th. So stay on the lookout for Mario. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch off my Mario hat. We got Destiny 2. Destiny 2, I didn't really get a chance to play. I didn't even get a chance to get around it. They shut down the lines for that like 11 in the morning. And they shut it down for the day because the lines were just too ridiculous. So hopefully next year E3, of course Destiny 2 is going to be out by then, but certain games, hopefully they'll be able to work out the flow like Nintendo did with Mario, because Nintendo figured out something and the line was not that long of a wait, because I think they're letting 60 people in at a time or something like that because they had that many stations. Need for Speed Payback. This game, oh my goodness. This will probably be the first Need for Speed game I buy in a long time. You've got a story mode this time, and they have like a lot of elements that they have borrowed from elements they borrowed from the Burnout game. So, you know, like with Burnout, is kind of the goal is to kind of like ram somebody off the road, things like that. Yeah, Need for Speed Payback looked really good. Graphics look really good. And this game releases November 10th. So be on the lookout for that. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That game. Wow, I think this game right now is kind of polarizing. Some people like it, some people don't. People that don't like it, they're more of the traditional Marvel vs. Capcom people. Like, some people don't like that square button. Like you can keep tapping square and you'll just start doing combos, and it's like it really waters down the game. But you know, if you're a fan of the game, you're probably gonna buy it anyway. Yeah, that game once again is coming out soon. It's coming out September 19th. We'll see how well sales do with it. But to me, it did play pretty fluid. But it just really depends on the fanatics now. The fanatics are really going to tell the truth about the game. So, also, there was a game that I got the chance to see an exclusive. Well, I don't want to call it a trailer. It was actually gameplay. One of the developers actually we had a closed-off setting in the theater where we actually got to see the new Uncharted game coming out this month. Uncharted Lost Legacy, which the protagonist in this game was the antagonist in the last game. Nadine, she's now one of the main characters alongside another female protagonist character. And so in this demo, we actually got to sit down and we got to see more actual gameplay footage that wasn't shown in the live stream. So there was a lot of action. There was tanks firing, a lot of people shooting at people, cliffs falling apart, jumping from one cliff to another. That game looks intense. I will definitely be copping it. That game comes out this month, August 22nd, and it is $39.99. So it's a $40 game. Definitely check that out. Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is actually coming out this month. Sonic Forces is going to be coming out in a couple more months. So I got a chance to play a little bit of both. Sonic Mania really had that nostalgic feel. Like, you just, I can't explain that. Like, I played the PS4 version, and playing Sonic on a PS4 controller in hand, the classic Sonic, 2D Sonic, I mean, the graphics looked really good. It looked like it performed really well. I didn't really notice any hitches or anything like that. And just seeing Sonic up in 1080p looked really good. So let's see, Sonic Forces like kind of reminds me of Sonic Generations a little bit. And Sonic Generations is kind of like that old school meets new school. I kind of want to see what it does more, but it does seem like it plays pretty well. Like, the graphics look really nice. But what I'm hearing is that the textures aren't going to look the same on the Switch as it will do on the other counterparts. So we're going to see how that looks. I'm interested in copping both because I'm a Sonic fan, and Sonic Forces is supposed to be way better than that Sonic Boom that came out on Wii U exclusively. So we're going to see how this does. And last but probably least is Super Lucky's Tale. So one of the games I did catch at the Xbox One booth, I don't know why this was the one, but it's a platforming game, and it's obviously a character ripoff. You know, I just talked about Sonic, so this character obviously looks like Tails. Obviously, you know, it's like Tails with one tail, and you have a platform game that you're kind of going through obstacles. It didn't really seem unique to me. I'd have to actually play it, but yeah, Super Lucky's Tale. Actually, after Super Lucky's Tale, not after, but I'm gonna add this in as well. There's a game called Lawbreakers, and this is a multiplayer game that it looks pretty cool, kind of sci-fi-ish on the sci-fi side. At least from the demo I saw, there was. I didn't have, I don't have any footage of this though, but there was like this. It kind of looked like Indiana Jones. It had this Indiana Jones-like weapon, and they were playing a mode that kind of resembles kind of like Capture the Flag or so. It was like your goal is to like charge a battery up and then take it to a designated area. And so if you take it to the designated area, you win. And so the gameplay looked crazy. And Lawbreakers, if you check out Mikel Casanova's channel, he has some gameplay on it, and he thinks the game is dope. So that's definitely another game to look out for. So I'm actually going to talk about some opportunities with E3 this year. Yeah, evidently it was kind of disappointing that Shenmue wasn't there. I talked about that. Red Dead Redemption, that should have been there. There's no reason why Red Dead Redemption could not be present, because they're dropping a game this year and you're not showing anything about it. As far as anything we've seen was, we just kind of saw a tech demo. Not even a tech demo, it's just like a trailer they had put together, I think earlier this year. And so we need to see Red Dead Redemption 2. And then I know Square Enix said that Kingdom Hearts wasn't going to be there, so therefore it wasn't. But still, I would like to see more Kingdom Hearts. But overall, man, the experience with LA this year was pretty good. It was my first time on the West Coast, checking out things like In-N-Out Burger. Being at the observatory, because I showed that a little bit in the intro. Where the observatory looks over the whole city at night, and it's an amazing view. But yeah, E3 was fun. It was a blast. I would certainly love to do it again. If I get a chance to go do it again next year, I certainly will. But I'm just disappointed in some of the games that did not show. But I was also pleasantly surprised by some of the underrated games like Knack 2. Games like Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2. Those games really took me back, and I'm ready to cop those now. So, but yeah, any questions, comments, leave them down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. Click that subscribe button, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.